Now, not in your time or in my time, but in somebody else's time, there was a crofter and his wife who lived up by Inverurie. And it was a dark and stormy night, and the thunder was cracking the sky, and the lightning was flashing, and the rain was coming down in sheets. And the crofter and his wife looked outside, and they saw coming across the field a Cailleach, an old woman. She was soaked through, and she was shivering. And the crofter's wife went out and brought her into the house and sat her by the fire. And they dried off her skirts, and they gave her something to eat, and they gave her something to drink, and they talked and they laughed with her and just made her feel that welcome. You know, it was as if she was an expected guest. And she told them why she'd been out in the weather. She was coming up to stay with her son and her daughter-in-law, who lived in the town, just up the road. Well, you're not going anywhere in the night, said the crofter's wife, knowing this. You'll stay with us, and we'll take you up in the morning. And that's what happened. And the next day, the Cailleach went into the back of the crofter, ready to take her off. And the crofter's wife came over and gave her a shawl. Because, you know, it was chilly. And the Cailleach said, you know, I don't know what I would have done without you. I don't know what I would have done. Thank you so much. If there's ever a chance for me to repay your kindness, I will do it. Well, the crofter and his wife didn't think about the old woman, the Cailleach, for a long time. You know, in fact, it was nearly a year. And the crofter was going off to a tryst or market. And the weather was looking like it might turn again. And the crofter's wife said to the crofter before he headed off, you have to promise me that you're going to take the long way home, okay? Know the short road that goes over that wonky bridge with all those sharp rocks beneath it? The long way, okay? I didn't care what the weather's doing. The crofter promised, and off he went. But kind of after the market, the weather really had turned, and the storm was raging, and the thunder was cracking, and the lightning was flashing, and the rain was coming down in sheets. And the last thing he was thinking of was taking an extra hour to get home. So he decided to take the short road over that wonky bridge with all the sharp rocks beneath it. Well, he headed off, and he got to a point in the road as a wee crossroads, and suddenly there was a great crack of thunder and a huge flash of lightning lit up the whole area. And who did he see beside the road, clear as day, but the Cailleach, the old woman. What are you doing out here in this weather, he said, and he leapt down. Get in the cart, what are you up to? I was waiting on you, she said. I heard you were in town. Well, you must be freezing. How long have you been waiting for? He said. No long, she said, and I'm all right. I'm no cold at all. Well, the crofter headed off, and he was chatting away to her. She was quite quiet, but, you know, it was late, you know, tired probably. And then he got to the point in the road, and he started to turn off onto the bridge. And suddenly, with an energy you wouldn't have dreamt of, the Cailleach leapt up beside him, and she grabbed the reins off him, and she spoke in a voice he hadn't heard the likes of ever. She said, go the long way, do not go the short way, go the long way. Well, I mean, he was really taken aback. He was feared because of the noise that she was making. I mean, the voice was something else, but also the strength there to take the reins right out of his hands like that. So he just agreed. Aye, all right. It's an extra hour, but, you know, Ken, we'll do it. And she went back into the cart. And he headed off the long way round. And again, he was sort of chatting away to her, but less so. He was a wee bit freaked out. She was quite quiet again, and actually, he thought maybe she'd probably fallen asleep. And finally he got home. Oh. And his wife came running out to greet him. And she was near greeting, like, and she was so thankful to see him. She was like, I was so worried. You'll never guess who came round the day. Remember the Cailleach? Aye, he said, aye. Right, her son was round the day. He said that the bridge was out and there's been some accidents. I'm so glad that you came the long way. Well, do you know who I've got to thank for coming the long way? The Cailleach, the old woman. I met her on the road. You know, and I was going to take the bridge road. I know, I'm sorry. But she said, no, you've got to take the long road. So that's why I'm here. No, you can't have met her, said his wife. No. Aye, she's in the back. No, you couldn't have. Because her son, when he came to thank us for looking after her, but also to let her know that, like, she passed away just about a fortnight ago. No, because she's in the back of my car, he said. Come on, I'll show you. And they went over, and he pulled back the canvas, but there was nothing there.